Hello YouTube, this is Wheelchair21, and this is the Super MegaForce trilogy for the Super MegaForce Ultra Zord. And this is our Q-Rex. Yes, Goryujin, or Goryujin, is now called the Q-Rex, based on the original Time Force Q-Rex. As well, they just copped out and just said it's from the future. They said basically Gosei just tapped in and summoned the new Q-Rex that they made after the original one was somewhat deactivated in the final battle of Time Force. That's so says the fans. Anyways, the box is similar, has the same open box window that all the other series will suit and follow. It has an actual Dino Thunder red key, or Arbitrary Red if you want to use the Sentai terms. And box, same as before, all the reds, no difference. Same features showing you how to use the keys and what the actual Megazord looks like as a suit. You have the three forms and the ability to what it can do when using an actual Ranger key. You have all the ways of the legendary Megazord and its combinations with the Ninja Zord, the actual Lion Zord, the replicant bikes, and as well as this Megazord, the Q-Rex, and Turbo Falcon Megazord, getting you your legendary Ultra Zord, or Kanzen Gokaiger for you Gokaiger fans out there. Also shows all the newest keys in the collection during the late summer fall line. Now this Q-Rex toy has three forms. First off, it has a time drill. It's supposed to be kind of its time ship from the future and how it travels from the future to the past. It's supposed to be its Time Force portion of the actual Zord, as it's a fusion between Time Force, MMPR, and Dino Thunder. It's supposed to be the fusion of those three, or for you Gokaiger fans out there, Zhu Ranger, Time Ranger, Alba Ranger. And it comes with the nice little Dino Thunder red key. Now, when using the key, it actually prominently features its cool Ranger key gimmick built into the toy, which is a nice freaking drill effect. This drill effect is pretty cool. I just don't see the point of the key to activate it. It's kind of weird, and it doesn't look right whatsoever on camera. Anyways, the drill looks great. It looks kind of cool, and it's kind of compact. It is kind of awkward, too, because of how it folds up compared to its original counterpart. I've watched several reviews for the original Goryujin, or Gojujin, and it just kind of just folds over on itself, so having the Zord Builder parts is just kind of abstract, because you used to have all these, ports all over the place, and nubs for it to actually transform in between the robot mode, the drill mode, and its actual dinosaur mode. Now, its dinosaur mode is pretty badass and awesome, and which is going to be the second part of this 3 stages of death, because, man, this is probably the one reason why everyone wants the Q-Rex. Like I said, Q-Rex dinosaur form is probably one of the best. One, because it's kind of a cross between the Dragon Zord and Dino Thunder Red's Tyrannosaurus. Because, well, first off, it's more agile than Dragon Zord was, and actually can move a lot better. Kind of almost even like MMPR's actual Tyrannosaurus. But it still has the drill tip tail, and still has the Alba Ranger-like face, especially because of how it forms into its robot form. Honestly, this is probably one of the best forms the toy actually has overall. The only problem with it, as I will say, is this Zord Builder part functionality, which kids love. I know kids love and fans love, because it allows them to create all these weird fusions with their toys. I just don't like it because it's just weird kibble jutting out of the basic toy that I just wanted to purchase. That's just my personal dislike for the toy itself. But overall, it's nicer. It's not missing as many details as its predecessor, the legendary Megazord, was, which is ironic. They put more detail into this bugger than they did the last and the main bugger. Anyways, love it, like it, and its final form, the robot form, pretty damn good, but I'll show you its flaws. Now, its final form, the Q-Rex Megazord, is honestly almost on par, I would say, to Goryujin, its Sentai counterpart, and I actually like it. I mean, I don't really have any hate towards this form. There's nothing really wrong towards this form, but to a lot of Sentai purists, the biggest problem, or I should say Power Rangers purists, when it comes to what happens in the show, is the drill does not open. It just keeps on, spinning around, spinning around, spinning around. In the show, it actually opens up and is kind of a clutcher mode, kind of a bow and arrow mode. It becomes, just a really more like a trident also as well. It has a lot of features really just in this drill alone. But for the honest robot mode to have on display, if you're just a fan of Goryujin, Gokai Silver, or, Super MegaForce Silver, you like it, you love it, and you just enjoy it. I mean, there's nothing really different about it. It doesn't really have that many paint apps missing, and it's overall a really pleasant figure, which it can also combine with the actual Legendary Megazord to become Legendary Q-Rex Megazord. Now, the Legendary Q-Rex Megazord, the combination is just putting the Q-Rex's limbs, or mostly its arms, on the regular Legendary Megazord. Is like one of their superpowers, super modes, using the Dino Thunder keys. Honestly, it's not really that appealing, but it's cool nonetheless. I just like the combination. It looks really nice, and it could be a hell of a lot better, but I don't know, it's different. It's cool. I like it. I like its debut. I like its use in the show, and it's honestly really enjoyable. It's pretty freaking awesome, and hey, I mean, it could be worse. They could be using his legs, or all of his limbs and just the torso, which actually is possible because of the Zord Junction features, or the Zord Builder features, and, that's the cool playable part about the toys. It's that swap gimmick that kids love. It's that swap gimmick adults like and possibly enjoy if they just, have that whole motif about them. Heck, that was what made Voltron Force cool, and look what happened. It got that canceled. Nevertheless, even the Legendary Q-Rex Megazord isn't that much. I like having them on display separate, and thus is for our evaluation time. First off, the Q-Rex Megazord is amazing. It has the 3 forms, it has the 3 abilities it has in the show. It even has the different swapping gimmick because of the build the Zord feature. It can move its legs to this Zord, it can trade pieces, it can trade limbs, even with the 2K10 Megazord. It can trade it with the Samurai Megazord. It can trade it with the basic MegaForce Megazords. And overall, it's good for kids, it's good for the adults who enjoy it. Now, if you're a Sentai fan and don't want to spend the money for a Goryujin, you'll enjoy it nonetheless. It looks spot on. It almost has every feature. It's cheap and affordable, and it's just a nice piece you want on display. I say this because I am both a Power Rangers fan as well as a Sentai fan. I'm not a huge, should I say, fan that's into buying and purchasing the actual deluxe mechas because it's just not really worth it for me. However, buying some of these Bandai American products of the recent era are still worth it because at least some features are still maintained. Whether you're missing some really needed paint apps or you're barely missing any, it's something good to have on display or to own just because you like a show or its counterpart. It's still a purchase and it still goes some proceeds to Toei. Anyways, this is just part 2 of the trilogy because, well, the Ultimate Legendary Megazord or the Legendary Ultra Zord is our final stop on this grand tour.